So I got one question to ask you.
All right.
You get to pick one.
Okay.
One chainsaw the whole rest of your life. And it's the only one you can use.
Okay.
What is it? Remember, you're going to get old and weak someday. And you got to live with it, but you got to cut trees down with it.
You know what? The saw I just bought, the Steel MS 400.
That's a nice choice.
It's power to weight ratio, best in the class.
Yeah, very nice choice. That's kind of where I'm at too. Somewhere between a 60 and 70 cc saw. And that's a 60, correct?
67 cc.
Yeah. It's right in there. So
and I've had the 72 cc saws, and you run it for an hour, and your arms feel like rubber bands.
I start with my 90 first.
Yeah.
I start with my 592, and then I go down to the 572s, and they're light.
Yep.
And then when I get real tired, then I quit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a good choice because that's something you can use the rest of your life. A lot of guys like that size saw for the steels, and then the Husqvarna hit the choice that a lot of guys are telling me is a 562.
Yep.
So that's a really nice choice. So that's why everybody knows he's smart.
It can run a 28-inch bar, you can run a 25-inch bar, 20-inch bar, 18-inch bar. So you can cut big stuff, small stuff, firewood, lumber,
Yep.
all of it.
Good choice. I knew you were smart. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
You get one chainsaw only. You have to use it the rest of your life. What's it going to be?
372.
Very good choice. I picked a 572, so.
I've got a 372.
I told you.
I really like my 372.
Yeah, my brother's the same way because he's used to it.
Yeah, I really like it. I have a 562 and I like it, but it just doesn't quite have the snort. It doesn't.
Well, remember the rest of your life, when you're an old, crippled, big, worthless pile of oatmeal, you're going to have to pick that thing up.
I might be there someday. I'm gonna keep myself in good shape, though. That's my bad. I got good role models, eh?
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Awesome, man. Thanks. So I am here with the one, the only Joe, the smart Joe.
That's right.
You have to decide right now, right here.
All right.
You get one chainsaw only, whatever model, whatever size, but it's the rest of your life.
Sure.
What are you gonna pick?
Domar 7900.
Oh! Why is that?
Greatest saw ever made.
Why is that?
Hands down. Power to weight ratio, the best anti-vibe I've ever experienced, and then you put that HD filter kit on it, it is just a beast.
Nice.
Yeah. 13.1 pound power head. It's got it's 80 cc.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, and it's got an oiler that won't quit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice choice. Remember, when you're an old rotting bag of oatmeal, you got to lift that thing.
Yeah.
You got to live with it.
Well, if you want to come see me in my nursing home, it'll be holding up my bed.
There you go. Good choice. Thanks so much, Joe.
Thank you.
Most important question. This is the one. This is like a lifetime decision here. You get one and one only chainsaw. You got to use the rest of your life. What model? What size? What number? What would you get?
The original 372 non-extort, 24-inch bar, 72 LGX chain.
I figured you'd say 372. You're a logger. Almost all the loggers 372.
I almost say like 395, but it gets to be too heavy.
Right, you got to use it the rest of your life.
Yes, the 395, hands down, in my opinion, out of all the saws out there, is the best saw for taking trees off the stump. But once you get out there to start limbing them, it wear you out real quick. Very heavy. I think you have 17 pounds in comparison to the 370, 372. The X-Torques now are 14.1, I think. I don't know what the old ones were.
Every pound hurts.
Yeah.
Very good. Thanks much, Pete.
Thank you.
So I got one more question for you.
Right.
You get to pick one saw only, the rest of your life, the only one you can use. Remember, you're going to get old someday, and you're not going to be beefy anymore. You're going to be weak, big, worthless, rotting bag of oatmeal like me. What would you pick for a chainsaw?
For a chainsaw, I don't know. I think I'd still be able to lift that 500i. But if you're saying I'm going to get old and fragile,
well, you want to get old and fragile because you didn't get there.
well, yeah. But I mean, I'd definitely probably go with like a 260.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Good choice. Yeah, because you don't want to go too big but not too small. Right. But good choice. Thanks so much, Shai.
No problem, bud.
Awesome. Okay, last question. If you had to pick just one chainsaw, one model, one brand, the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, geez. Probably a 500i, and I've never even run one.
There you go. Tony's a happy boy.
I know.
He just wet himself.
He paid me to say this.
Okay, one last question. If you had to pick just one one only.
One.
Any brand, any model, any size. What's your saw to use the rest of your life?
I like the 660.
I do 661.
Mine's older.
That is a nice saw.
660, but I used to use a 076 that was a hot saw with a 42-inch bar on 48 inches log. That was a sweet saw.
I'm guessing that's when you were a younger man.
It was only a couple years ago.
Well, you're not very old though, so.
You gonna come to my birthday next month, or in 2 weeks? I'll
Are you
be
gonna be 17?
72.
17?
72. 72. 72. 72. 71 backwards.
There you go. Thanks
It
a
is
lot.
great that you came along. You guys take care of this guy, because he is the hard-working man's out front, but might be harder working. He's definitely got bigger piles of wood. You got the biggest piles of wood on YouTube.
He does have bigger piles, no doubt.
Bigger piles, yeah,
You got bigger piles. We got a side. You gotta look at that guy over there. A sidekick.
I don't want to look at it. It hurts my eyes.
Oh.
One saw only. Any size, any model, any brand. You have to use it for the rest of your life. What are you going to pick?
This on the way
What are you going to pick?
Yep. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go.
572 probably.
You haven't even ran your 572
I ran
yet.
yours though.
Oh my gosh, I'm going 462 steel.
462?
Yeah.
Both good answers.
Yeah.
I would say that's the size I would pick too. Because not too big, not too small. But there's one thing that I'm thinking about. I'm getting older.
Yep.
Smaller maybe?
Well,
Because you got to do limbing with that too.
I gotta be able to rip with it.
in the
too.
truck
There you go. You got to be able to
toss
rip.
up between the 400 too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have one of those and I can run it all day.
Yeah. My favorite saw is the one that runs really good and is sharp.
Yeah.
That's all that
Who cares
matters.
about what it looks like?
Thanks a lot,
It's sharp.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Awesome. Good job. Think hard about this.
Okay.
You get to pick one chainsaw, one size, one brand, and it's the only saw you can use the rest of your life. What is it?
Ooh.
One. You get to pick one.
I should pick the brand I just picked there, so.
No, you don't. You can pick anything you want. What would you pick? You got to use
One
it.
saw, I
One
can use
saw.
it the rest of my life.
One size, one brand.
Well, I'm going to say the 500i.
There you go. That's sad. He picks the Husqvarna chainsaw,
Well,
and then he
I
picks.
want 2 or 3 of those.
Okay. No, there's no wrong answer. That's a good choice. Yeah. What I like about that size of saw is it'll do pretty much everything.
Right.
But you got to live with it. Think about that. The
Yeah,
rest of your life.
It's tough on the
When
arm.
you're 80, you're going to be.
When I'm 80, I'm going to be retired.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you hope. Me
Maybe.
too. Me too. Thanks a lot.
Yep.
So the question of the day is, you have to pick one and one only chainsaw, brand, size, model, one, but you got to use it the rest of your life. What are you going to pick?
I pick a 572.
572, that was my pick too, because it'll do everything you need it to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I've
not too
followed
big,
them
not
both.
too small. The only question that I ask myself at a 572 is, as I get older, should I pick a 562 because it's a little lighter?
Yeah, I'd stick with a 572.
I would too, because it'll cut big stuff, it'll cut little stuff. That's
Yeah.
what I would pick too.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Well, again, my new best friend, Tony, you're back burner.
You replace
Thanks a
him.
lot. So, question of the day.
Sure.
You got to pick one chainsaw only. You got to use it the rest of your life. What
Yeah.
model, what brand, what would you pick? Only one, rest of your life.
Probably a Husky 562.
I'm right in there too. I'd say a 572 because it'll do everything you need it to do.
I have a 555 similar, but
Yep.
I don't know, as I get older, something that's light.
See, and I pick a 572 because
Yeah.
that's one of my favorite go-to saws. I have 3 of them.
Yep.
But I'm 61 now. My shoulder's starting to hurt, and I'm thinking maybe I should pick a 72 because I can cut for a longer period of time, and I can do limbing with it and everything.
I find I don't have a huge number of trees, like big diameter that I cut.
Right,
so,
right.
Smaller is better in my books. Smallest saw I can cut with is
That's what
lighter
your
and I
wife
can cut
said.
longer. I'm not going there.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, good talking to you.
Yeah. So I'm here with Rick. And Rick has a few chainsaws. Now, how many is a few chainsaws?
95.
95, that's a good start.
Yeah.
And so, like, what brands do you have?
Pretty much all of them.
All of them.
McCulloch, Husqvarna, Steel, Johnson Red.
Cool.
Pretty
And
much name
do you
them.
have a lot of old ones, new ones, or
I
just
got
a
a
mix?
bunch of old ones and probably a dozen or so new, everyday use type saws, but the other ones are more of a collectible.
Oh, okay. But you use them?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the perfect guy to ask this question to. If you had to sell them all, and you could only have one chainsaw to use the rest of your life, brand, size, model, one only, what would it be? I know it's a tough question.
Yes, that is a very tough question. Well, probably the one I don't have, would have loved to sell all my saws and get one, is a Super Pro 125 McCulloch, just because of the collectible ability.
Right, but you got to use it.
Beast. Yes,
right, you got to use it to cut all your wood the rest of your life.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay, well there you go. That's a unique one. I like that. And what size
You'd never
CC?
run out of saw.
What
That's
size?
123 cc.
Well, but you got to do all your lemon with it too.
That's fine.
He's a better man than me, because I would
she'll
not.
do the lemon. I'll do the.
No, she has to use that same saw. You only get one.
I get one, but
it's the only saw you can. Well, okay. Well, that's different then. So that's awesome. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
There you go. Rest of your life, one and one only. You got to pick one chainsaw, one model, one size. You got to use it the rest of your life. You only get one. What is it?
462 steel.
Good choice. I like the 462 a lot. I like it actually better than the 500.
Yep.
I like it. It's just
More
solid
versatile.
It's a workhorse.
It's workhorse.
Good choice. That's the size I would pick too. See, I'm a Husky guy for the most part. I like steels.
Yep.
I said 572, which is basically the same saw.
Right.
So, okay, I'll let you go on that one. Okay, what's your choice?
I'm going 461.
461. There you go.
Yes.
Good saws, but not a Husky.
Not a
Not enough Husky dealers around me.
Oh, that's a good reason. That's
Right.
a good reason. You got to think of that. Where are you going to get service?
Yep.
What size? And you think, guys our age, as we get older, do you really want to lift a 70cc saw the rest of your life, too? So that's why I'm thinking maybe I go a 60cc saw.
I will say this, that 545, that new Husqvarna 545 I just bought.
Keep it in the middle.
It might
Keep
be
your
a
power.
contender.
You don't want too much weight. Like Buchan's always talking about, holding that saw on your
leg, yeah.
On your leg.
Yeah. Well, and you got to lift it for lemon all the time too. I mean, how big do you want to go?
Yeah, that's,
Right.
That's
Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, guys. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks
Okay.
a lot.
Hey, I just
Thank
want to
you.
let you know this is the best job I ever had.
I know it.
This is the best job I ever
Thanks
had.
a lot, guys. I'm here with Troy at the show. I got one question for you.
Okay.
You have to pick one chainsaw and one only. Any model, any size. You got to use it the rest of your life, and it's the only one you can use. What would you pick?
Gonna be a vintage saw?
You can pick anything you want, but you got to use it for everything. Big trees, limbing, the rest of your life. One saw.
Model John's Red.
What model? What size?
It was 930 or 925.
So how many cc is it?
I can't remember right off the bat, but it was about the biggest one they made. back
Remember,
then.
you got to live with it the
Yeah.
rest of your life.
Yeah, I used it quite a bit for probably 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
And I bought it secondhand.
I'm here with a guy with the best name on the planet. His name is Chris. Yeah. And you happen to have a hat on that's a good-looking hat, I think, anyway. So I got a question. You got to use one saw the rest of your life, and only one. What model? What size? What would you pick?
It's a tough
You
one.
only get one.
It's going to be a Husky.
Okay. So far, you can stay here.
I got a Rancher 460. It's kind of a utility saw.
That's a good saw. It's a good size
cuts
saw.
big, cuts little. I got a
Yeah.
575 XP for the big stuff.
Oh, yeah, that's a good choice too. But which one?
I'd use the 460 for everything.
There you go. That's a good choice. You chose well, my son.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, buddy. It's nice meeting you.
So I am here with a very smart man because he has a really nice shirt on and a beautiful hat, which I'm lusting after. I would like that hat because it's a good-looking hat because it has a nice word on it there. So you're a smart guy. And I have one question for you. You got one saw only the rest of your life. What's it going to be?
543 XP.
Because?
You can do anything with it.
You can do anything. You can live with it, and
with
it's
it,
not too
got
big, not too small. Good choice. And you got the right brand, so you got that going for you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
So I got a question for you. You got to use one saw the rest of your life. Only one. What would the saw be?
066.
066 still. So that's the older model, and you like that one, huh? And why's that? It'll do everything you need to. Now that's about what, a 70 or 60 cc saw?
70.
70. That's a nice size saw.
Yeah.
So what's that on your shirt? You got something on your shirt there. Is that what is that? Oh, my eyes! I can't see. Do you see what that says on there? Don't you know there's a book that has some phrases that contain words that are in there? You know, it says thou shalt not steal?
Right. I shall steal.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
So, got one question for both of you. This is the last question. You get one chainsaw only, or one only, any model, any size. It's the only one you get to use the rest of your life. What is it?
500i.
Well, because as I'm getting older, I like to go a little bit lighter. I like my 572 XP, but I think I'd go with the 550 XP Mark II.
You know, both good choices.
Yeah.
Younger guys say that.
Yeah.
Older guys start to think. My choice would have been like a 572 or a 462.
Yeah.
Because the 500 is nice.
Yeah.
I'm not good at tuning the carburetor,
Yeah,
so
but-
I love
yeah.
the aspect that I can just prime that thing and
Go.
pull it, and it starts up every time.
And I've watched you for a long time, and you're never going to age and get frail and
Yeah,
weak.
I don't know about that. I'm a rotting, slimy bag of oatmeal the way it is. So the thing is that you got to use it the rest of your life. But you want a saw that can do everything. So do you go big? Do you go small? Do you go medium? And I said 572, which is a nice size saw. It's a 70cc saw.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe like a 60cc saw would be maybe a smarter choice.
562 maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or a 261.
Yeah.
Or a 400C.
400, yeah, that'd be a good
those are
choice.
nice saws too.
Very good. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks
Chris,
a lot.
for everything.
Chris,
Oh,
good
yeah,
to see you,
thanks.
man.
So, you have to pick one chainsaw only to use the rest of your life. It's the only one you can use, and you got to use the one. What model, what brand, what size? What are you going to get?
I would definitely go Husky because
That's because you're a smart guy.
I believe in the product. I really do.
There you go.
And I would probably go with the 550 XP.
Yeah, that's a nice size because you got to use it the rest of your life.
Well, it would also depend on what I'm doing, Chris. Like right now, I mean, not everybody does 50 cords of wood a year.
Right. Well, you got to do limbing with it too.
Right. And you know, the 572 is a great saw. I'm not sure that I want to do limbing with the 572 all the time.
I've done it. And I'm getting older, and I'm thinking maybe later.
and you know, I think with the 550, it's that 50cc to 60cc class is just a nice place to be, to have a light enough saw that you can do limbing, and they're also powerful enough that, especially if you're doing,
take most trees down.
Yeah, I mean, in Pennsylvania, to find a tree that's over 40 inches, it's rare.
Right.
And most of those you're not taking down anyway.
Right. Yeah, well, that's a good choice. Well, thank you so much for being here.
All right,
Awesome.
buddy. It was good seeing you.
I'm here with Mike, and Mike is a highly intelligent guy because he has a very large brain.
Have you measured my brain? Do you know?
I know your brain's large because I know what you do for a living, so that's not a small brain job.
Well,
but he also has K&L firewood, which is awesome, and you're a firewood guy, which makes you a smart guy right there. So, the question is, you have to use one chainsaw only the rest of your life.
Yep.
What's it going to be?
Easy. Steel 400C.
It's a nice size saw.
Yep.
Just the wrong brand, but it's a nice size saw.
No, I love it. The hype came out on the 500i. It was about the time I came up to your yard. I had just bought the 400.
Yeah, right when you got it. Yeah,
you ran it quite a bit that day. I didn't want to get the 500i just because everybody else did, and I bought the 400, and I've since bought a 500i, but I love the 400.
Yeah, it's a nice saw, not too heavy, not too light. And remember, if you have only one saw the rest of your life, you have to be able to lift it the rest of your life, run it the rest of your life, limb with it, but it's got to be powerful enough to take trees down. So that's a good choice.
It's a perfect choice. 67
I told you he had a big brain.
Right? I was going to get this answer right.
Good job. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
I have one question for you. This is the easiest question you can possibly get, but it's an important question.
Okay.
You have to pick one chainsaw only the rest of your life. What model, what size, what would you get? The rest of your life. So when you're a shriveled up little old man, no more strength, remember that.
That's another easy question. The 500i with a 25-inch bar.
The rest of your life.
The rest of my life.
It's a good choice. Yeah, it's a good choice. Yeah, it's a good saw. Pretty much your middle-sized saws would be great
well,
to have.
the 500i is not really a very heavy saw.
No,
for
it's
the
pretty
amount
light
of power
saw.
it has.
Yeah,
the
it is,
power to weight ratio is really good. The 261
is a really light saw, just obviously not as much power.
Right, and that's a good choice too. Any of the middle range saws are all really good, so you got to think about that. But when we're 80 years old,
I hope I'm still cutting firewood when I'm 80 years old. Wouldn't that be awesome?
I hope I'm still cutting when I'm 100.
Yeah.
So it would be awesome. I mean, you'd be in good shape,
Yeah.
So that's the goal. Thank you very much,
Thank
Brad.
you, buddy. It's good seeing you.
Very good. I'm here with Joel, and you are from where?
Missouri.
Missouri. Awesome. So I got a question for you. You get to choose one chainsaw only. You got to use it the rest of your life. One only. What would it be?
The Husqvarna 592 XP.
Remember, you're going to be an old, weak man someday.
Yes.
That's a big saw.
All I got to do is pick it up. It takes itself through the log.
Oh, it does. Okay. Well, you got to limb with it too.
Cut the tree down first. So it's a lot easier.
I think a lot of guys say a mid-range saw, but then there's a lot of guys that are saying something smaller because they're realizing you got to cut with it the rest of your life.
My other favorite saw is I've got an old 55.
Oh yeah,
so 51 cc's, and that thing will do anything.
Well, there you go. That'd be the one instead of that 92. I love my 92. It's the first one I grabbed.
Cut bigger trees with it.
There you go. There you go. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. So when I asked Dan the question, the mic died on me. I didn't know it, but I do know his answer. I'm 99% sure that he said any of the Husqvarna saws would be his choice over any other manufacturer because he thinks they're beautiful, they're sexy, they just look good. They make men and women look good when they're holding them. He said Husqvarna all the way. That's what he said, I'm sure. I am here with Rick in a booth. I'm not going to say what kind of booth, but we're in a booth. I'm going to ask you one question only.
Oh, okay.
There's only one right answer.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready?
All right, I'm ready.
Pick one. He's the man. He is the man. Thank you very much, sir.